Today I'll be teaching you how to carve an Iron Man pumpkin. Alright, let's go ahead and go and get some of the supplies. Okay, now that I'm back, I've got all of the supplies and I'm going to go through the list. So first you're going to need some garbage bags, and that's going to be used to keep everything clean. Make sure you don't make a huge mess. Then you're going to need tape to tape on the stencil, which is right here. The stencil I have here, I've actually gotten a few different sizes, so that way you can make sure that it'll fit on top of onto your pumpkin. And here we have the carver that we'll be using today, and an X-Acto, some candles, and a lighter. The X-Acto is really just something that you need. It can be anything that's sharp. It just needs to etch the stencil into the pumpkin. Once we have the table set up and ready to be worked on, we then want to cut the top off of our pumpkin and excavate all of the pumpkin seeds that are on the inside. Now, it is important when you cut to do it at an angle, so that way the top does not fall into the pumpkin. All right, let's go ahead and get started on that. There will most likely be some excess material on the bottom that you can go ahead and just cut off. Next, we want to take our scooper and remove all the excess material that are in the pumpkin. Alright, now that we've got the pumpkin all cleaned out on the inside, we're going to go ahead and give it a quick wipe down and get it ready for the stencil. So the stencil, I've got a few different sizes set up right here. I'm actually going to cut this and then tape it onto the pumpkin. Alright, now that I've got this roughly cut out, I'm going to go ahead and tape this onto the pumpkin. Like so. Then what you want to do is you want to take your X-Acto knife, or any knife for that matter, and you want to go around the black part of the stencil and slowly just outline it, tapping it through onto the pumpkin. So I've gone ahead and poked all of the holes in the pumpkin where I want to make all the cuts, but it's pretty hard to see right now. So what I'm going to do is I got a marker, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to faintly draw across all of the lines that are going to need to be cut out. Okay, so now that we have our Iron Man figure shape drawn out, and then I went ahead and colored in each of the sections that we're going to be cutting, we're going to go ahead and take our tool and start cutting this figure out. Now, because I used an Expo marker, this marker is going to wipe off, so I got to keep in mind not to run my hand across the pumpkin as I'm carving. A tip I have is, when you are carving, err on the side of the black, the colored in section, because if you kind of mess up on the inside, that's what's getting removed anyways, so that's okay. Don't let the knife wander outside of the lines. Once you get an entire piece removed, you want to come from the outside and push it straight out, just like that. Alright, so I've finished carving the pumpkin. I've done a little bit of cleaning, and here is the final product. Now the last step we have is to get out one of these candles, light it, and we've got ourselves an Iron Man jack-o'-lantern.